Good morning, Rob, with you this morning, and going to be with you maybe 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at most, probably around 10. First off, big ups, college football wise, to some of the teams out there. Notre Dame squeaked by Florida State, Alabama. I think head and shoulders number one. Oklahoma squeaked by with Spencer Rattler. He's definitely in the talk for the Heisman. Notre Dame's quarterback, 360 yards last night. He's in the running now, definitely for the Heisman. The four teams that I think are the BCS favorites right now. This is just me talking. I think Alabama goes undefeated. I think Notre Dame can go undefeated. I don't know if they will. I think they can, though. I think Ohio State, with a minimum of one loss, will be in the playoff along with Oklahoma. They will lose at least one as well. I think there will only be two undefeated teams this year. No Pac-12. No Pac-12 teams will represent, and no ACC team will represent. I don't think Clemson is good enough. Miami got whipped around by Alabama. They're not there yet. Ryder Cup. What's up, Keith White? We've got 6 guys in the U.S. The 6 picks are going to be made this week. It's believed Thursday is going to be the day that he picks the 6. He'll do it live. Golf Channel will have it live, no doubt about that. These are who I think should get picked. Then I'll tell you who I think he'll pick. First off, Dustin Johnson, he is on the team. Justin Thomas, he is on the team. Patrick Cantlay, one of the hottest, he's probably the hottest golfer out there right now. He is on the team. Bryson DeChambeau, playing a little shaggy right now, a little shaggy game right now, not playing the best. He is on the team. Colin Morikawa had an awful weekend. He couldn't play any worse this weekend, but he's on the team. Brooks Koepka is also on the team. Now there'll be a question mark as to part of those 6 in the next few minutes. I will bring that up to you in just a minute. Here's the captain's choices that he's got to pick from. It's roughly 12 guys. Xander Schauffele, Tony Finau, Kevin Na, Kevin Kistner, Jordan Spieth, Billy Horschel, Harris English, Jason Kokrak, Daniel Berger, Webb Simpson, Sam Burns, Scottie Scheffler, and Patrick Reed. 6 picks. Okay, let's go ahead and just pick the couple of 3 that I think are in there. Xander Schauffele is a pick. I will go ahead and mark it with my ink pen right now and say yes, he is in there. He will get picked. There's no way that you can go around and make 6 picks and Xander Schauffele not be one of those picks. He's in. Next pick I'll make, I think it's pretty much evident. The guy has some background playing, and he's won in the past, and he started coming around the last couple months. Jordan Spieth, he's in. He's going to make the team. That leaves 4 more picks. Okay, these 4 I'm definitely not sure about. I'm really not. Don't bet money on it. These are who I would pick. Third pick, I want somebody as close to a Justin Thomas as I can find. You can't find anybody more like Justin Thomas other than Daniel Berger. Daniel Berger is as close to a Justin Thomas as possible. He can putt, he can drive the ball, and he can hit his irons. He's all around good player. You could match him up with just about anybody. He doesn't have quite the length that some of the guys have, so you might want to put him with one of the long hitters like Johnson or Thomas or Cantlay. Cantlay can kill it, or DeChambeau. And yeah, there's no doubt he can hit. He can't hit it as far as some of these guys, but neither can Spieth. Spieth is that's his one weakness. He can't hit it as far as a lot of those other guys. That's 3 of the captain's picks. Now, the other 3, these are who I would take, okay? Tony Finau has to be picked. Tony Finau's played a great playoffs. Didn't have the greatest weekend this weekend, but you got to take him. He can hit the ball relatively straight, and he can hit it a mile. Not a great putter. You got to put him with somebody that can putt the ball when you're putting him on the team. Tony Finau is definitely somebody I think has earned his spot. I wouldn't necessarily pick him, but he's pushed the envelope so far. You can't not pick him. He's won tournaments, and you don't win tournaments, just being chop liver. Tony Finau has to be a pick. I think the pressure's on Captain Stricker. He's almost got to pick him now. Now the last 2 picks. These are who I would pick now, okay? Kevin Na. Nobody played better over these last 4 rounds this weekend than Kevin Na. Not even Patrick Kemp. Go back and look at it. Go back and look at the numbers. Kevin Na, Thursday shot 66. Friday shot 67. Saturday shot 66. And then yesterday with those pin placements, 67. Yeah. And the thing is, don't forget, the reason he shot the best over the weekend was because, remember, they had that stunted system as to where they started. Good morning. I have been watching the Solheim Cup this weekend. They have their singles matches today starting at noon. You are correct. You are correct, Larry. Solheim Cup. If you've watched it all, okay, if you've watched it all, there's 2 players that have impressed the hell out of me, and they're not Americans, and I'm sure Larry can tell us who they are. Mel Reed is one of them. Mel Reed she has ice water in her veins. She can play the game. She can play the game. I can't believe she's not won more on the bigger stages than she has. But my goodness, man, she is a hell of a team player. And then possibly the MVP of all of these all of this Solheim Cup for the women right now, Leona Mcguire. Leona Mcguire, young lady just graduated from Duke, okay? And representing their country, representing Europe really well. She can hit the ball a mile, and she can putt. She can putt. Leona Mcguire, if you've never heard that name before, watch the Solheim Cup today. It's going to start at noon on the Golf Channel. Saganda, yeah, she's playing. Yeah, but yeah, Mcguire's just playing out of her mind. Great. Now a couple of them. Maybe the one that's been the worst player for the team of the U.S. And I'm sure if anybody likes the female golfers or the women golfers or whatever, I'm probably going to catch a little hell from this. But it looks like to me every time she's faced with a 5-foot putt, she can't make it. She can't make it. Lexi Thompson, she cannot putt she cannot make a 5-foot putt. You tell me, guys. To me, she's been an anchor on this team. She's not been very good. She's not been very good at all. She came through and played well in the 3rd round. But my goodness, man, when she's been left for 5 and 6 footers. Now she made the 25-footer at number 17, but not as much pressure on her. But she did make that long putt. Yeah, she made a big 25-footer yesterday morning. You're right. But the 5-footers that have been put right in front of her, she's not made them. Oh yeah, what's up, Frank? What's going on, Frank? Yeah, and Frank, thanks a lot for the package. He sent me a package, and I got it Saturday. Yeah, that's Saturday. Also, let's go back to the Ryder Cup for a second, okay? Nobody's mentioned about the elephant in the room, right? Brooks Koepka withdrew from the tournament. after a wrist injury. Now, is it a phantom wrist injury to where he just did not want to play the rest of that tournament at at East Lake? It could be. It could be. But from all indications, from what I'm hearing, the reporters went back to that tree to where the alleged root was that he hit. And it looks like it's a legit injury, that he actually has maybe some torn something in his wrist. And that's Brooks Koepka, right? If that is the case, he will not be playing in any Ryder Cup in 2 weeks. He will not be playing in a Ryder Cup in 2 weeks. That's when they got to have an exemption put in to where he can pick a 12th player. And in that case, I'll take Kevin Kistner. Okay, Kevin Kistner. What's up, Philip Reynolds? Also, and it'll be for both teams. It'll be for both teams because if Brooks Koepka would be out. We already know one in the European side that's out. Francesco Molinari. He has a bad back. He is unable to play. He's not going to try to play. I am assuming Koepka won't be playing the Ryder Cup. Me too, Larry. I don't think he will be. Anytime you're talking wrist injury, that's not something that comes. That's not something a week or two. Generally, that's a month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes surgery, and that's not something. If you've ever had a wrist injury, that's nothing you want to play with. You want to put ice on it every day. You want to do your work or whatever you want to with it. I've been on YouTube 1 year today. I'll be on later today. All right, Philip. Congrats to Philip Reynolds. Yes, sir. Congratulations. So these are my picks. Okay. Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, Cantlay, DeChambeau, Morikawa. We're going to say just those 5 are in, okay? All right. Then these are my 7 picks. If we get a pick for Koepka, Xander Schauffele, no-brainer. Jordan Spieth deserves to be on the team. He's played well enough in the summer. He deserves it. Daniel Berger has played his way onto this team in the last 2 months. He's on the team. Tony Finau, 2 weeks ago, he was a world beater. He can play the game. He just has got to get his mind on putting. He really needs a good caddy to help him or a good teammate to help him when it comes to putting. He's not a great putter. That's the weakness of the U.S. squad. Kevin Na, a great putter, and scored the best of anybody this whole weekend at East Lake. Kevin Na needs to be on that team. They need him for multiple reasons. Putting is one, but he can also bring maybe a presence to the team. And then if you want to talk about presence, how about Kevin Kistner? He's a little bit of an attitude. Kevin Kistner is a little bit of an attitude. He's got a little bit of Patrick Reed in him, okay? But I think that's exactly what the team needs. The rah, rah, rah. I think Kevin Kistner, he gets upset sometimes, but he doesn't throw his clubs or anything like that. He doesn't do it Charlie Hoffman. If Patrick Reed were healthy, I would say Patrick Reed would be one of my 7. No doubt about it. I just am not sure about his health. Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler is a guy that could be picked up, and he probably will be picked. I wouldn't take him. I'm not too sure about his iron game sometimes. He sprays the ball all over the course with his irons. And you cannot, in a Ryder Cup, you cannot afford to be 40 feet from a cup and putting 40-footers all day long. You've got to be able to get it close to the pin. That's the one reason I just don't take Scottie Scheffler. Sam Burns, you can take him. I don't have a problem with that. Sam Burns is a name that I don't know enough about that I can give you a good explanation as to why I would or would not take him. I will say this much. He didn't play the greatest at East Lake this weekend, but he made it to East Lake. He was one of the best 30 out there. So if you take Sam Burns, if Captain Stricker takes Sam Burns, I have no problem with that whatsoever. The one, I forgot to even say Harris English. I would take Harris English. So I had Scheffler, Spieth, Berger, Finau, Naught, English, and then Kistner would be my 7th. Yes, Harris English, I would take it, Harris English. I really would. Billy Horschel, any other time I would take Billy Horschel. Okay. This course does not line up for Billy Horschel. Horschel's not the longest hitter. And he's played there before at Whistling Straits and did not play. He did not come out with good results. Now, having said that, you have been putting him with somebody that's probably a lot longer hitter that would set him up with shorter iron shots. And that would be the thing. Billy Horschel can hit his irons. Billy Horschel is an iron guy. So if they take Horschel, I can't blame him. He's got a lot of rah-rah to him too. He most times quiet on the course, but he is one of those Patrick Reed types that if you do piss him off, or if you do get him riled up, and you do get a team, in Whistling Straits, if you get the crowd up, he's one of the guys that will run with it. He's not going to cry and whine about it. He will run with it, and he'll be fine. Webb Simpson did not play this weekend. What more can you say about Webb Simpson? Webb Simpson's been a top 5 putter for the last 10 years on the tour. Okay, if you need a putter, and they need a putter. Who you take off the list? Probably Kistner. I like Kistner just because of the rah-rah, and he can putt. This has been one of the years that Webb Simpson has not putted his greatest. And you can't afford to have somebody count on their downslope of putting when you're going against the Europeans. You just cannot afford that. That's the reason I kept Webb Simpson off of the team. Like I say, to me, the one guy that came from out of nowhere into the conversation this week was Kevin Na. Kevin Na, he played well last 2 weeks before this, but then this week he outplayed everybody. Had they all started at even par, he would have won the tournament. He would have won the tournament. That right there is enough for me to think that Kevin Na was starting 17th, 18th, and finished 3rd. He passed all those guys because they started with better numbers than he did. He passed them all, and he came up with it. Now he was within 5 shots of the lead. Yeah, granted, he still was back a little ways, and Cantlay had he had his $15 million in his hands already before Na finished. But still, Kevin Na played well enough to make it. I think he's on the Ryder Cup team. Now he may not get chosen. If there's going to be some different picks, this will probably be the picks. Especially let's say Captain Stricker has 7 picks. These are the ones I think he'll take. He'll take Scheffler. He'll take him. Spieth, he will take. Daniel Berger, he will take Daniel Berger. Tony Finau, he's almost forced to take Finau. I'm not sure he wants to. I think he will take Finau. Harris English, he will take. He will take. Kevin Na, I'm not sure he'll take Kevin Na. If he doesn't take Kevin Na, I like Scottie Scheffler in that position. And then as the number 7 guy, it would be tough for him not to take Sam Burns. It really would. I just don't know enough about Burns. I know Kistner has a lot of rah-rah to him. He won 3 weeks ago. He can do it. He can do it. He can be who we need. No doubt about that. Solheim. Let's go back to the Solheim Cup. The American women are two points back right now, and was it 7.5, 6? Let's see, 8-6. Maybe it's 8-6, something like that. 8-6, I think is a score, something like that. 8.5. Can't be 8.5, 6.5. I'll check it in a minute. Somebody help me out if you know. They start at noon today. Okay. I'm going to tell you who I think wins and why I think. Let's see if they've even got the pairings out. Okay. I have not looked at the pairings yet. Solheim Cup singles pairings. I did see it. I did see it. And who they said, I did. 9-7. That would be. It could be that way. 9-7 would be right. That'd be 16. Okay. Yep. That would be right. So let's see if I can get to the pairings right here. All right. First one right here is the first one we got going on right here is Anna Nordquist against Lexi Thompson. Okay. On a normal weekend, I would give Lexi Thompson the edge right here. Okay. She had Nordquist can hit the ball, but she can't hit it as far as Thompson can. Okay. Putting Nordquist, definitely. Lexi Thompson's short game here at this course is really, really, to me, been kind of wiggity waggity. She made the 25-footer yesterday, but right now, going into this one, each player, both of them, are 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties going into. Nordquist has got that, and previous 6 appearances, and then Thompson is 1-1 and 2, so she's only 1-1, and they're saying that she can't win without Christy Kerr. That gets in your head. That gets in your head after a while. I like Anna Nordquist in this match. I think Lexi Thompson makes it go 16 to 17 holes. I like Anna Nordquist though, and that would make it 10-7. Somebody keep up with the score as we go along here. Madeline Sagstrom and Allie Ewing. Okay, Sagstrom has been on a team that has played across the board great all weekend, but that's the thing. She's been on a team. Allie Ewing is a young lady that she can hit it. She can hit the ball, and I'll tell you one thing. When she played out in Vegas, she outlasted everybody, and she outplayed everybody. I like Allie Ewing here. I like Allie Ewing. I think she beat Sagstrom. Sagstrom's great in the team setting, but right now 1-on-1, I like Allie Ewing here. So that would make it 10-8. 10-8. Okay. Oh my goodness. Leona Mcguire against Jennifer Cupcho. My goodness. Cupcho is 2-0-1. She's not lost one. Mcguire is 3-0-1. She hasn't lost one either. My goodness. Wow. Wow. This one is so tough to call. It's crazy good. You know what? I'm going to call this a half point each. I'm going to say they go to 18 and they get a half point each. This one is so tough to call. Mcguire probably has a little bit of the edge here. And if I were going to pick I guess I will pick somebody. I'll take Mcguire just because she's outplayed everybody in this Solheim Cup. That would make it 11-8. All right, let's see who we got next. Next, we had Georgia Hall against Nelly Corder. Nelly Corder's played awful in this situation this week, and she needs to come around. I think she will. She's better than Georgia Hall. She's a better golfer all around. She can hit it further. She can putt better. She got a better short game. She wins this one. I think she runs away with this. Maybe a 5-4 or 4-3. I don't think it goes a distance here. Nelly Corder wins this one, and that will make it 11-9. 11-9. Then we got Mina Harrigate against Celine Boutie. Look, you know what? Boutie, in her first time around, she took on Andy Park and won. And I'm online. That's all right. She hasn't won a point for the Europeans this year. She has not. The top shelf of the bookcase sagging a little. You talking about right here? Maybe right there. I don't know. they're different. They're different heights. And right here, there's a little opening right there. See the opening right there? It's leaning. It's leaning a little bit. Yeah. I like Mina Harrigate here. I like Mina Harrigate. I think she wins this one. Austin Ernst against Nana Kowitz. The other side. Right here. Oh, right over here. Maybe it is leaning a little bit. Maybe it is. Might be leaning a little bit over there. Maybe to the middle. It could be. It could be leaning over a little bit. Yeah. Nana Kowitz, Madsen against Austin Ernst. I like Ernst here. I like Austin Ernst. I think she's good enough to win this one. I really do. I think she wins this one. Castron against Lizette Salas over my right shoulder. Oh, okay. Is it bowed right there? Might be a little bit. Oh, right there. Right there. Yeah. Right here. Right.
Right here.
Yeah, that's where it's bowed. It is bowed a little bit.
Yeah.
She's got too many books in there. She's going to have to take some of those books out.
No, she's not. It's fine.
Well, they're stacked in there. Look how you got them. Then she'll do something about that.
Oh, I have to still fix them.
That's what I said. She'll take some of those out. Yeah, he's laughing about it.
Who's laughing?
Keith.
Oh, hi, Keith.
Lizette Salas, I like her over Castron. I do. I like her over that. Segundo over Altamar. Brittany Altamar, she's going up against way too good a player here. And let's see. Megan King against Popov. I kind of like King here. Both of them looking for their first win, but I like Megan King here in this one. Mel Reed against Yelemi No. Mel Reed, to me, is one of the MVPs in this thing. Mel Reed wins this one. Charlie Hull against Jessica Korda. I like Hull here. Jessica Korda has not played the greatest. Emily Peterson against Danielle King. King, the reason I like her here, she's just gritty. And I think probably the Europeans keep the cup. I really do. It could be 14-14 by the time it's over with. I think the Europeans win. I do. I will pick them to win, and I give them a great chance to win. She sitting next to me now. We're side by side now.
Am I bothering you?
You're not bothering me.
Okay.
You can say hi if you want to.
Hi. Hi, all.
If you want to.
I want to.
Yeah. She forgot to say if I want to. All right. Let's see. Let's do this once more. Fix this. All right. Yeah, the window is over here now, so we can see the leaves on the trees blowing and stuff like that over that way. Over the weekend, who impressed? Who did not impress? Obviously, Alabama impressed. Keith says, "Good morning, Darlene."
Good morning, Keith.
Who else impressed? UCLA impressed me. Georgia impressed me. Notre Dame impressed me. Florida State impressed me. They lost, but they impressed me. Clemson, their defense impressed me. Okay. Virginia Tech impressed me a lot. Liberty University, they were playing Campbell. I realize that, but they impressed me. They played really well. Who was a team that I thought would play better that didn't play so great? Oklahoma, obviously. They got to be the first one you throw out there. They did not impress me. Another team that did impress me, Iowa. Iowa really impressed me. I picked them to win. They won big. Iowa State did not impress me. Iowa State did not impress me at all. Ohio State did not impress me at all. The Pac-12, other than USC and UCLA, none of them impressed me. Those teams played like garbage. Let's see. Who else? Oh, LSU's quarterback is really bad. LSU may have the worst quarterback out there. I mean, go back and watch the game, man. I'm telling you. He has the slowest delivery. People want to talk about Tim Tebow's delivery. This kid has a lot slower. I mean, he's awful to watch. I mean, you don't want to sit there and watch him long. You'll hurt yourself watching him. Yeah, Johnson is not a good quarterback, and I got a feeling he will not be the starter all year long. He may be now. I don't think he'll keep the job. Somebody will pass him for that job. Right now, who are the Heisman hopefuls? Spencer Rattler got to be up top. Sam Howell gets beat by Virginia Tech. That's probably it for him. Sam Howell could not afford to lose to Virginia Tech on the road week 1 and still hope to probably – I mean, he's going to have 6 and 7 touchdown games to make up for that crap performance. He looked awful against Virginia Tech. The quarterback from Notre Dame, I don't even have his name. 360 yards, played his ass off. I realized they had to go to overtime because they gave up so many points in the second half to Florida State. The defense at Notre Dame's got to be looked at, and the offense did not play that great in the second half. They got too close to the vest playing and almost blew it and went to overtime. But 360 yards is still 360 yards. He is a viable right now candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Penn State played well. Now, I'm going to tell you the teams I think is going to be the BCS representatives. Alabama, they're not going to lose. Alabama's going to be in, they're going to be in there. Notre Dame, I don't think they're going to lose. What's up, PJ? What's going on? They got USC. I don't care. I like Notre Dame, and I've got to sneeze.
God bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Notre Dame, I don't think it's going to lose a game. I don't think so. I've looked at their schedule. It's not that difficult. They got USC. I think they beat USC. They seem to always pull out one where they end up having a hard time, and it may have just been Monday night. I mean, last night. They're going to have to play better, though. They're going to have to be improved, but I still think they can run the schedule all the way through, and I think they can do it. Ohio State. I think they're going to lose one. I think they're going to lose a game this year. They haven't lost in forever. Cincinnati, I'm not sure they play a good enough schedule to where they'll be considered. They're not in a Power 5, are they? They're not in a Power 5 conference. And I'm not. I'll check out Cincinnati's schedule in a minute, but I don't think they play a top-notch schedule where even if they go undefeated, they'll be considered. I don't think so. Ohio State, they'll lose one, I think. I really do think they're going to lose one. They've got some road games that nobody wants to play. They've got to play, and I think they lose one. Oklahoma, Notre Dame does not impress me. They should beat Florida State by more. I agree. But that's one of their tougher games. And they don't really have a tough schedule at all. Go back and look at their schedule. Their schedule is not very difficult. Cincinnati plays Notre Dame. That'll do it right there. Then Cincinnati's not going to beat Notre Dame. I don't think they'll. If they do, they're going to be playing down in South Bend. If they go into Notre Dame to play, they won't beat them. I don't think they will anyway. Let's see who else Cincinnati plays. Let's look at it. Cincinnati Bearcats schedule, football. Murray State, that's not going to get you anywhere. They're going to play Indiana. We'll see. October 2nd, they're going to Notre Dame. So we're going to know early. We're going to know early if they can hang. Then Temple, UCF, Navy, Tulane, Tulsa, South Florida, SMU, and East Carolina. they're going to have to beat Notre Dame, and they're going to have to beat them. And when I say that, they can't win on a Notre Dame fluky miss extra point. They're going to have to beat them because with that schedule, even if they go undefeated and beat Notre Dame, they will not be considered BCS. I don't think they would. They're going to have to beat Notre Dame to where people are like, wow, this team beat up on Notre Dame. Not just beat them, they beat them up 10 points, at least by more than 7. You gotta beat them to where Notre Dame can't have a last play chance to try to win. Cincinnati's got to do that. I'm not sure they can. We'll see. I've been told by Anthony, the Pac-12, they're pretty good. UCLA, I have not looked at UCLA's schedule. They are a good team. They are a good team. Now, having said that, LSU sucks. LSU, their quarterback situation is awful. I mean, terrible. They may have the worst quarterback. If Penn State beats Auburn and Ohio State, yeah. I don't think Penn State does that, though. Let's look at Penn State's schedule. Yeah. All right. Penn State football schedule. All right. They got Ball State. They got to beat Ball State. They got Auburn coming to Penn State. Villanova coming to Penn State. Indiana coming to Penn State. Penn State's got to go to Iowa. That might do them in right there. I think Iowa's a better team than Penn State. Illinois got crushed LA. I can't believe that. They're going to Penn State. Penn State's going to Ohio State. Penn State's going to Maryland. Michigan's going to Penn State. Rutgers going to Penn. Yeah. Penn State's going to Michigan State. What's up, John Wise? It's a playoff system. Football playoff system. Penn State's not going undefeated, man. You just put on that Auburn and Ohio State. They got Michigan State and Michigan. They're not going to beat all those teams. No way. In fact, I'm still saying there's a chance they won't even go 500. They won their first game. They beat Wisconsin 16-10. Yes. They're going to lose one of those crap games like Ball State or Villanova. They're going to lose to one of those teams. You wait and see. Penn State, I don't trust Penn State. I don't trust Penn State at all right there. Iowa will lose this week versus Iowa State this week in Ames. You think so? I don't think so. I say Iowa goes in and puts a beating on them. That's what I think. Iowa State, I watched Iowa last week. I mean, when they put 48 points on the board, and that was a gimme. I mean, that was a pick 'em match. Iowa and what was it? Iowa, Illinois. Iowa just put a pound into them. Iowa just gave them a beating. I think Iowa goes into Iowa State this week, and I think they win. I really do. I think they're going to go in there and put a pound into them. Oklahoma, if you didn't see that game, Spencer Rattler, man, I mean, he's going to be a good – I mean, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, okay? But let's see who else Oklahoma's got to play. Oklahoma football schedule. So they got Western Carolina. How far does Texas go undefeated? That's another one. I really thought Texas were going to get beat. Nebraska coming to Oklahoma. So how about that? The Pac-12 team, Nebraska, coming back to play Oklahoma. West Virginia, they look like crap this weekend. Maryland beat up on them. Kansas State, Oklahoma versus Texas. That could actually be whoever wins that matchup could be the one that's considered to the FBS, to the championship game. Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Baylor, Iowa State, Oklahoma. That's another one. Iowa State. We were just talking about Iowa State, Iowa. Iowa's more physical, I think. I think that's the one thing. They're more physical than Iowa State. Iowa State can get out there and run with somebody, and that's a team that can go against Oklahoma. University, yep, you're exactly right, John. I was actually in Charlottesville when they shot the fireworks off, and Oklahoma's got Oklahoma State. For some reason, I see Oklahoma losing at least one ball game here. I really do. Now let's look at Texas. Texas football schedule. Texas has got Arkansas, then they got Rice, they got Texas Tech, TCU, they got Oklahoma, they got Oklahoma State, they got Baylor, they got Iowa State, they got Kansas, they got West Virginia, and they got Kansas State. Texas will lose 2 ball games. Don't worry about it. Texas is not ever as good as we think they are. They've not played that well in 20 years. I wish the rankings would not start right. I wish they wouldn't have anybody ranked right now until the third week of the season. I'm with you. Yeah. How easily did Kansas State beat Stanford? Kansas State football schedule. That's a team. That's a team you can't take under. That's a team you got to always be watching for too. They got Southern Illinois. That's nothing there. Nevada. Then they got Oklahoma State. That's a for real game there. Then they got Oklahoma. That's a for real game. Then they got Iowa State. Yeah, you're not going through that gambit. Yeah, Kansas State. They got Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Iowa State. 1, 2, 3. They're tough at home, but they got to go to Oklahoma State. They got Oklahoma coming to them. They got Iowa State coming to them. They're not going to win all 3 of those games. Then they go to Texas Tech. They got TCU at home, and then they go to Kansas, and then they got West Virginia at home. They got Baylor at home, and then they got to go to Texas. Yeah, Kansas State's got a schedule, but those 3 games at OSU, at home against Oklahoma, at home against Iowa State, that will do them in. They'll lose one of those, maybe. They may lose all 3 of them. But yeah, I definitely, the Wildcats are tough at home. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Speaking of the other Wildcats, how about Northwestern? How about this? Northwestern football team schedule. Could they have played any worse? Didn't they lose? And didn't they lose big? Yeah, I think they lost. Not from all indications. I was thinking something there. Just let's see. Northwestern football final. Northwestern Wildcats box score. Yeah, Michigan State beat up on them. That's who it was. Michigan State jumped on them early, 21-7, and then they beat them 38-21. Yeah, Michigan State. Northwestern, that's a team over the last couple of years we've come to accustomed to seeing when they play at home, they're tough. Did Mississippi State lose? I think Mississippi State won. Mississippi State football box score. Mississippi State won 35-34, but it took them 21 points in the 4th quarter to come back and beat Louisiana Tech. Mississippi State has got, they've got their work cut out for them. But yeah, they were down 31-14. They were down 31-14. And then they came back and scored 21 in the 4th. And that's pretty tough there. So Mississippi State. Now, Louisiana Tech, obviously they may be a better team than we think they are. And they could be even a top 30 team in the country. But look, Mississippi State is SEC, baby. They're SEC. When you're at home and you're an SEC team and you're playing out of conference, you got to win and you got to beat them down. They didn't do that. So they're not going to be scaring many people. How many games does Purdue win? Let's look. Purdue football schedule. Let's see. Well, first off, weren't they off this week? They didn't play this week, did they? Oh, they are. They're 1-0. They're 1-0. They won out of conference though. Okay. So Purdue goes to Connecticut this week. Connecticut football isn't. I think it's Connecticut's coach has already announced his retirement at the end of the year. Purdue goes in there and wins. Purdue, Notre Dame. Oh man. How do you? I mean, we don't know how good Purdue is yet. We really don't. We know Notre Dame can put some points on the board, and we know they got a quarterback who can throw 360 yards. They're going to be at home. I like Notre Dame in that game. Illinois is not scaring me a lot. Minnesota, I watched them play the other night. They did not look very good. Purdue, Iowa is going to be a great game, but they got to go. They got to go to Iowa. That's probably a game that Purdue can lose as well. Wisconsin's coming to Purdue. Wisconsin didn't play the greatest either. Purdue can win that ball game. Purdue going to Nebraska, they're capable of definitely winning that game. Michigan State coming to Purdue. Man, Purdue has got some luck as far as got some of the tough games at home. But I tell you, Michigan State's going to be a tough one to win. And then they got to go to Ohio State, go to Northwestern. Then they got Indiana coming to them. Man, what do they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. So they're playing 12 games. If they go 8-4, they got to be pretty happy. I'm going to say 9-3. But man, oh man, I mean, look, you're playing Notre Dame, you're playing Iowa, you're playing Wisconsin, you're playing Michigan State, you're playing Ohio State. You're going to Northwestern. Northwestern's going to play better sometime during the season. And you're playing Indiana. I mean, Indiana, they're not world beaters. I understand that. I think they're going to lose 3. I'll say 9-3. What do you think, Keith? What do you think about that? After the first weekend, I'm going to tell you, I like Michigan State right now in the Big Ten. I really do. From all the teams I saw, and obviously we saw Iowa play. Iowa, you think it may be 8-4? Yeah, I'm liking 8-4, 9-3. I do. Iowa this week can really make a big stride. If they go into Ames, Iowa, and they beat Iowa State, watch out, Ohio State. Watch out. I'm serious. Watch out, Ohio State. Purdue 8-4. They lost some key players on D. Yeah, I like 8-4. I like it. But let's look at who Iowa's got the rest of the way. Iowa football schedule. So they go to Ames this week and they play Iowa State. Let's say they win this game. Let's just say they do. They'd be 2-0. Then they got Kent State coming. That should not cause a problem. Then they got Colorado State coming. Look, Ohio State's going to lose. They're going to lose this year. They are not the juggernaut they've been in the last 5 years. Somebody in the Big Ten is going to beat them. I think so. John says, hello, Darla. I really think so. Iowa's going to Maryland. Penn State's coming to Iowa. I like Iowa in that ballgame right now. This early in the season, I like it. Purdue coming to Iowa. We don't know what Purdue has. We have not seen them play. Iowa going to Wisconsin. After the first week, you got to like Iowa. Michigan State doesn't have much. I'm looking at Iowa now, though. Iowa going to Northwestern. Northwestern, like I say, later in the year, they're going to be tougher to play. Minnesota going to Iowa. Illinois going to Iowa. Iowa going to Nebraska. Look, if they can hold off Iowa State, they have a legit chance. They have a legit chance of going with 12-0. They can do it. Iowa can do it. We got to see what they can do against Iowa State. Iowa State didn't play the greatest this weekend. They're going to be at home. We'll see what happens. And you said College Game Day is going to Ames next week. Cool, Frank. I'm already taking Iowa in that ballgame. I like Iowa. But Larry, you an Ohio State fan? Ohio State would have to fall asleep a game to lose. one, and that can happen when you deal with kids. Yeah, well, I don't, I'll say this much: their quarterback doesn't scare me like they have in the past. I'll say it that way. And look, you have a lot of books. What are some of the topics?
It's all chick flick. Chick lit.
From here over, it's all about football.
It's not.
I've read everyone cover to cover. Yeah.
That's Garland's library, and it is all.
I'm a big Ohio State fan. O-H-I-O. Okay, we got you, man. Larry is an Ohio State fan. Look. Did anybody? First off, did anybody watch Clemson play Georgia? Did anybody watch Clemson play Georgia? Larry lives close to Frank. Then Frank is outside of Cincinnati or in Cincinnati. Chick lit. Darla is a big reader. Yes, she is. Yeah. She is. This is her library. She's got them in alphabet. She's got them in alphabetical order.
She will eventually read all of them in her lifetime, hopefully.
Yeah, she is. So, did anybody watch a Clemson Georgia game? Okay. Did anybody watch it? Where is Clemson lacking, folks? It's quarterback. Clemson does not. Rob has a complete Dr. Seuss collection. Yeah, it's over there. Yes, that was a heck of a game. Georgia looked really good. Great game. Yeah, they look good, but Georgia still couldn't score on Clemson. I mean, 10-7. 10-7, folks, right? Or was it 14-7? Something like it. 14, maybe 14-10, 17-10, whatever it was. Their offense couldn't score. Their defense did score for them. Georgia, I'm talking about. Clemson's defense showed up. But where's the one position that Clemson needed that they didn't come through for them? It's a quarterback position. Trevor Lawrence has been there the last few years. Trevor Lawrence has been the rock steady to where he can get the ball around there. The quarterback for Clemson is young, and he was really, they confused him. 18, 19 years old, it's easy to do it. It's easy to do it. When you get yourself a new quarterback, I live a half hour from Canton. Oh, yeah, I've been – Canton's right on I-77. Know where you at, Larry. It's low as crap today. Yeah,
I'm just going to eat ice cream every day. That's all I'm going to do.
She was showing her sugar up to me right there, and it shows 153. She ate ice cream with me last night. I didn't eat no ice cream. She ate ice cream last night. And the night before, you ate pizza and you had a whole lot of carbs. Pizza and pretzel.
See, that's why I didn't have no carbs yesterday.
You didn't have any carbs.
Well, I did. I had a potato, though, but that's okay. I had that early. It's crazy.
How much is a VHS tape of the Disney films like The Lion King or The Little Mermaid worth? Depends on, Keith, if they are Black Diamond. Check out on the bind of the little plastic thing that closes. Look at the top of it and see if it says Black Diamond. Okay, if it's a Black Diamond classic, they can be worth some money. I've actually got some of them. Yes, I do. Larry, I've been all over the Canton area. I've been all up in that area. I've been in Cleveland once. Watched the Indians play. I can't figure out what year it was. Save my ass. I know it snowed. It was they played the White Sox. It was like sometime in October, sometime in April when I went. But Northeast Ohio. So you're up there. What's that? What's the name of that place up in Ohio that has it?
Columbus?
No. It's from Cleveland. It's over there, over to the right, going back toward PA, and it's a big water park or a big park up there. What is it called? I can't think of the name. The Ohio State quarterback's 19 and had not thrown a pass in college until this past week. That's the thing, Larry. That's the thing right there. And he's going to be going against premier defenses. Is it something wrong if Ohio State loses the game? No. I've picked them. I still say they're going to be one of the 4 teams in the playoffs. Ohio State's going to be there. Kelly at Notre Dame is not a good game coach. He makes no adjustments during the game. You can't be blowing an 18-point lead. You're right. You're right. You cannot blow 18-point game. Look, teams now are learning to throw the ball every down, and they forget that running the football actually takes clock. You got to take what the defense will give you when you're up 18 points, and just keep running. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field and get your 10 yards and be happy with that. But the coaches are not. What is the average number of points per game the Washington football team allows this year? Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. 21.8. 21.8. They're not going to be as good as they were last year, and they're going to finish 4th. They finished 4th this year. My thing is how he is a preseason number 5 pick for the Heisman. I honestly don't agree with that. Yeah, I'm with you, Larry. Yeah, look, you can have all kind of good receivers you want to have. Notre Dame lost to Ian Book, but it seems like this kid they've got, I'll say this, the one that they've got, I bet it's not 18 or 19. He's probably 20, 21, 22 years old, playing and probably only has 1 more year. Thoughts on Willis, Virginia? I see a mobile home for $50,000. Willis, Virginia. I don't know the area. PJet. Willis, Virginia. Let me see where Willis is. Willis is. When you haven't heard of it. Okay. All right. It's outside of Hillsville. I don't know the area well. Good old Southern boy. Yeah. It's good old Southern boys. A lot of fishing. I know that you will be out in the country, but Redskins get stuck in the Potomac River and won't be able to dig themselves out. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. They're in bad trouble there. The value of your home probably is not going to go up any out there, PJet. The land probably is not going to go up a whole lot there either. You're miles away from anything.
Country boy.
Yeah, it is country, no doubt about that. 2 hours from her. Yeah, it's at least 2 hours from me. Yeah, probably a little more than that. Yeah, it may say that on there. How far is it from the airport in Roanoke? That would tell me something there. Because, yeah, we drove at. It's mountainous as everything. Larry, have a good day, all. I have to head to town. All right, Larry Harris, heading out Ohio State. Hey, Larry, maybe you'll be on here live with me one day. I want to have you on live with me one day. Larry, Ohio State guy. Yeah, it'd be great. 1 hour from Roanoke. So it's about 2 hour drive in. Yeah, I guess it would be. Man, you're going to be away from everything. You're not even going to have a store. I mean, you got Willis Village Mart. That's where you got to go get your groceries. Your nearest town is going to be a ways away from you too. Those Dog Spur, I don't know that. Indian Valley, I don't know that. Sheeler's Mill, I don't know that. Floyd has some stuff going on. So you'll be close to Floyd, but it's still mountainous as all hell. I don't know how far out there you really want to be. It's Labor Day and time to get my grill on. Take care, Rob. All right, Frank. Yes, sir. Get your grill on, guys. Definitely. And if you get a chance, watch the Solheim Cup. Starts at noon today. Should be great. You'd have to take a look at the place real close, I would say, PJ. I doubt it's going to be any land for you to, I doubt you're going to be able to farm. It's probably going to be rocky there. The winters there can be a bitch. The winters there can be a pain in the ass because you're up in the top of the mountains. You're away from everything. I will say that. 50 grand, put a little more with it, and you probably can get a better place somewhere, maybe a location that if you ever did want to sell, you probably could make some money. There's some places 20 miles from where I live here that's out in the country, yes, but in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's level ground pretty much. You can have yourself a garden, and you wouldn't have a big place, but you'd still have enough room to have tomatoes and stuff like that. Just a yard, not acreage. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's some people here that just have a yard, but they still put tomatoes and stuff like that. Not thinking about sale value. Just want to settle. Too old. I got you, man. I got you. I would look at it. I would. I really would. I would take a look at it. I really would. That's me. Anytime you're thinking about a mobile home and somebody's not asking a lot for it, then you got to start wondering if is there water problems, stuff like that. Yeah. I would love to be able to say, yeah, PJ, jump on it and get the first thing you can get. Oh, but it's a trailer, not set up for winter living. You know what? Stewart's a little bit this side of the mountains, a little bit more. Shit. If you came west, east a little bit more, like in Martinsville, down in there between Martinsville and Danville, there's some places down there that even a trailer, whatever, on a lot less land than 2.2 acres. We don't have near that. We don't have near that much land. That's just something you have to mow. That's just something you have to keep up. That you can get yourself a lot less land, and maybe even a brick home for maybe what you're looking, for less than 100 grand, for well less than 100, maybe even less than 75. And not be 2 hours away from a grocery store. If you want to get something, you don't have to pay an arm and a butthole for it. I got a feeling there's some places right there, kind of between Danville and Martinsville, and between Chatham and Martinsville on 57 down there. We don't go that way a lot. We know the area pretty well, but man, oh man, you wouldn't have anybody messing with you. That's for damn sure. Yeah, and you would get the same weather we get, and you've seen me pretty much all year. I think we got a half inch of snow this past winter. We didn't get nothing. That's not to say we won't get 1.5 to 2 feet of snow this year. I'll do some NFL picks this year, and in fact, every week I want to have somebody on with me doing NFL picks. Yeah. Today's a great day to do them, Keith. Don't forget, first day is Thursday. Yeah. I wish I didn't like Chatham and Danville for crying. Well, yeah, you don't want to live in Danville. No. Chatham, outside of Chatham, it's great. Might be remembering Chatham wrong, but Danville. Yeah, Chatham's not terrible. Danville, hell no. You don't want to live in Danville. But from what I'm saying, when I say that, I'm talking about you're outside of town, bro. You're outside of town. When you go out 57, if you've got a map close to you, if you're leaving Chatham going to Martinsville, There's 30 miles. There's 30 miles of back roads and everything in the world out there. People are not looking to bother anybody down there. The only thing you're gonna have a problem with, you might have a problem with a cow once in a while if you go riding. Let me tell you.
Cow on the road.
Let me tell you this one, guys, and I'm telling you, it scared the living hell out of us. We're driving our little a black
Hyundai
Elantra. We're driving our Elantra. It's been what, a couple of years ago? Year and a half, 2 years?
3, yeah, like 2
couple
years ago.
Couple years ago. We're coming back from Martinsville, coming back to our house. We go the back roads. We take all the back roads. All of a sudden, I see something black in the road, and I pull over on the other side. I mean, I'm going 45, 50 miles an hour. If I'd have hit this thing, it probably would have killed us. And I'm like, damn, that was a cow. That was a cow in the damn road.
I thought it was an alien.
She didn't know what it was.
We're talking, what
are we talking, 10:30, quarter to 11?
Yeah.
10:30 at night. 10:30 at night. We're coming home we went and played bingo. And so what do I tell my wife? What's the one thing I told you? I said, why don't you do this?
Call 911.
Call 911.
And tell them that there's a cow on the road.
And she said, what?
I'm like, you can't call 911 and tell them that there's a cow on the road. That's ridiculous. He's like, I'm telling you, do it. So I called 911 and I said, hi, I'm like, we were driving down this road, and there's a cow on the road. And so the guy said, oh, we already got a call about that. Thank you so much for calling us and letting us know that we appreciate it. I was like, oh my goodness. So wait, here's the other thing. I've lived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania my whole entire life. Never, ever have I ever called 911. I come to Virginia. I called 911 twice. Once for a car accident that we saw on the road and once about the cow. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, PJ, I'm with you on that. Danville, if you're talking about the city of Danville,
You don't want to live
there. No, hell no. You don't want to live there. But outside, the outskirts of the city, I mean, if you go 10 miles outside of Chatham, out there in some of those roads around Climax out in that area,
yeah,
it's great. Nice. It's great. Yeah, PJ's laughing right there. Mm-hmm. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. We called, and she looked at me and said, I'm not going to call 911. I said, hell yeah, call 911.
I can't believe it.
Damnville, yeah. He said Damnville, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. You don't want to live there, but there's other areas you could actually be west or east of Chatham. I would rather be west. My mom actually was kind of raised down that area. That's some country folks down there. I mean, you've got places down there that you can actually pull up to a house. And they've got tomatoes, watermelons, cantaloupes, cucumbers, honor system. They got a little plastic thing right there. You just put your money in it, you grab it, put it in a bag and go. That's how much they still trust you down here. You can still do that. I could probably find you a place that wouldn't cost you an arm and a butthole to live in. Now, he wants to live out in the middle of nowhere. How about where my brother lives? Yeah, he lives in. Now, I'm telling you, he may have one car go by his house in a day. Most time be him or his wife, and that's it. That's only 5 miles from where I live. Not even 5 miles from where I live. It's like that in upstate New York too. Honor system. Yeah, okay, very cool. Yeah, we've got those places around here, man. We really do. And there's some places that you could live down here where, number one, you wouldn't have to worry about the wintertime all the time. You wouldn't have to worry about the wintertime. You'd be on level ground. You'd be on level. What are you talking about over in Stewart and all that? It's around the corner from some stores. Willisville is going to be up on the mountains. So you're going to be fighting some snow. You'll be shoveling some snow. You're probably going to lose electric. Not that we don't. I'm not saying we don't lose electric, but it's a big difference to lose electric in a mountain range or whatever. Then we're pretty flat. We're in a little flat area. We're just east of the Appalachians. Hi, Rob. Where are you at? Don't remember this room. Let's see if he remembers this. How about under that window? You remember that? We moved it around. Danny and Gray. Danny's come up here to my house before. Yeah. And he'll tell you our area is not a bad area at all. Number one, we live on like a dead end street, so we're in pretty good deal. Yeah, you remember it now. Yeah, we're turned different. I got it turned different. Yeah, Route 29 yard sale coming up at the end of the month, my friend. 30th on Thursday is the first day of the yard sale. I have got all sorts of stuff. I've got a tree stand. I've got so much stuff. But PJet, I'm telling you, man, 25 miles any kind of way from me, you're kind of out in the country, and you still, I mean, you're going to have days, if it's ice on the road, you don't want to get out, obviously. But you're not going to have that many days in the year that you can't get out and about and do things. You're really not out here. But yeah, hey, I mean, I'll still look for you some places. I've been looking around. I just know you don't want to live in a town, and a lot of stuff I get is like town of this, town of that. Hillsville was this weekend, I think, still going on today. Yeah, we went to the Hillsville one last year. Or was it 2 years ago? Oh, not Hillsville, no. You need a channel where you read those books out loud to a captive audience. Yeah. Hop on Pop. Pop.
I don't have no hop on pop.
Hop on Pop, yeah. Green eggs, these need to be taken back to the store. And ham, yeah. So Danny and Gray's here with us too.
Hello, Danny.
Yeah. PJet definitely, man. Like I say, I could find you a place probably in the $50,000 to $60,000 to $60,000 dollar range that you'll be out far enough out in the countries where you won't have anybody bothering you, and then you can still go to the store if you want to. You'll have choices. But yeah, I'm with you. You don't want to live in Danville. Danny can tell you about Danville. You don't want to live in Danville, do you, Danny? Chatham has got areas that's bad, PJet, but most of Chatham, you're right there next to where the police stations are. You're right there next to where the county, that's the county seat. So not a big deal, but you don't want to live in Danville. No. So don't live in Danville. Heck no, he says. Yeah, same thing with Martinsville. You don't want to live in Martinsville either. Not in the city, but outside it, yeah, definitely move around out there. Yeah. We actually stopped by Danny and Gray's house one day. We were on our way back from South Carolina. We came back by there, and we just didn't catch them at home, but we saw their decorations out at their house. And then Danny and his wife and his son Gray, they've been to our house. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year.
Yep.
Come live in my area. Come live in my area. Oh, come live in my area, PJ. That's what he said. Yeah, it was last year he was here. Yeah. So, yeah, PJ. That's what I would do. I would look around some more. That's the way I would do. You probably could find a place, good deals. Somebody may be looking to get away from here, going somewhere else. You just never know. Here's my picks for the championships. Alabama. I think Alabama makes it. I think they go undefeated. Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame can go undefeated. I'm not sure they will, but I think they got enough offense where they can. Oklahoma. They'll lose one. Somewhere along the way, they lose one. But I think they can get in. Ohio State, I'm giving you the opportunity. I think with one loss, you can make it in there. Watch out for Iowa. Iowa could be there. I'll be making another trip. Just want to make sure there's a few places to look at. Come down our way. I'll take you riding. Down here, PJ. Come down here and stay a night. What's going on, Sean? We'll take you to a ball game tonight, Sean. What we gonna do? We going to a Hillcats game? I hadn't seen Sean in about over a year. It's been over a year since we saw Sean, and it was May or June of last year. He's laughing about it. I'm serious. Come out there. Our neighbor next door just moved away. House was sold for $125,000. Had everything in it, ready to go. Is potted meat off limits on Labor Day? Never, never. Potted meat's never off limits. Where does Sean live? I want to be as far away as possible. PJ said.
That's not nice.
He's north of me. You'd be south of me if you lived down that way, PJ. It'll be as fun. Oh my goodness. Sean's getting picked on. Rob ran me over. Now you know better than that. We know what was happening today. I come riding to your house. Number one, you were sitting over playing with a basketball on the side of the road. He won't even in the damn road. And I come pulling up. Very funny, PJ. He's clapping his hands. Says Sean. Yeah. How hard is school on you this year so far, Sean? Be for real now. Don't be joking.
Is he a senior?
I think he's a senior. How is it going for you? Because he's not going. He's still at home.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't want to go, which I think he should go.
Well, not if he's not comfortable.
PJ can live in tight squeeze, Virginia. Tight squeeze. Danny knows where that's at. Sean says not too bad. Yeah, Danny, there's a place I like to get my fishing stuff in a tight squeeze. Right at the light. Sean should live between Ken and Allen. In the water. In the middle of the ocean. Oh my gosh, that's so wrong. Oh me. Allen has a time with Sean. They'd have to meet up and all. No, I was serious about it. I didn't know if you having any problems, if you're doing well in school and all that. Because we've been wanting to get together with you. I've told people about the name of that town. They don't believe me on the name. It's true. It's true. If you're looking on a map of Virginia right now, find Danville. Okay, find Danville. Go up 29 just a little bit, and just before you get to Chatham, open it up a little bit more. It's just south of Chatham. It's a little place called Tight Squeeze, about 2 miles south of Chatham, and they call it that. It's one stoplight. It's all it is. Nothing else to it. There's a stoplight there. It's a grocery store, a CVS. It's a shopping center, and Golden Skillet restaurant. There's a Hardee's and a McDonald's. I would rather bike on a rope to get to Ken. Do you want to go to a game, Sean? Would you like to go? They don't play tonight anyway. John Wise says, I like Golden Skillet. John, we was right up your way the other night. Yeah, I saw that one on the map, Danny. Yeah, PJ says, yeah, it's not big. Tight squeeze. But yeah, there's a Golden Skillet right there in Tight Squeeze, right on 29. If you're going south, if you're in the southbound lane going back toward Danville, it's right there. But yeah, PJ, when do you want to come down? Also saw a town called Long Island in Pennsylvania County. I'm from Long Island, New York. Now, PJ, let me tell you what Long Island is, okay?
It's a spin on the map, isn't it?
Yeah. That's out in the country, bro. PJ, that's out in the country. Long Island. What it is this. The river, Stanton River, goes down that way, and then all of a sudden it splits and there's actually like a mile and a half of a little bit of an island that goes, and the river splits off, right? Great place to go down there and go catfishing and all. It's in the middle of nowhere. People don't bother nobody. You can get yourself a place down there. My niece actually lived down there with her mom for a few years. You ever ate Dodge's chicken on 58 North, I believe? I have not. Not a big chicken fan, man. I'm not a big chicken fan. I can eat chicken. Zaxby's is my favorite chicken of all the places I go. Well, it wouldn't be on 58 North. 58 runs east-west, bro. 58 runs east and west. That runs Martinsville all the way to South Boston, so it'd be east-west. We walked around the town mall in Charlottesville on Friday night. Glen Head, New York is where Stratomatic's headquarters are. Glen Head, New York. I mean, 220. I got you. 220 North. I got you. That's where it's running from where you live up through all the way to Rocky Mount. Yeah. Used to drive 20 miles, 25 minutes to Glen Head. Pick up the cards every year. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah. John, one of these Saturday nights we'll have to get together, like I say, and we'll see what's happening. Sure, we can go to a game one day. When do you want to go, Sean? There's only a few more left. Only a few more left. All right, Danny, have a good one. Have a good one, my friend. Had anyone been eliminated from the NASCAR playoffs? No, not yet, Keith. No. They have 3 races, then they will. How about can't go next week, Sean? This is the last week they're at home. This is the last week they're in Lynchburg. Then after that, I don't know as far as that would it, picked up Strat Hockey the first day it went on sale in November 78. Pick of me in the Strat review. Oh, no way, Paget. Really? Wow. Wow. If you've got a picture of yourself at the Strat review, if you've got it or you can find it, have it handy. One day you got to go live with me, man. Paget's got to go live with me. Yeah. Man, I gotta get Paget on here. He gotta get a cam. Gotta get a cam. Oh man.
Duplicate. He's
got too many good stories. Yeah, Sean. Wife even says she says she might not go. So it might just be me and you, bro. But I don't want to come get you if you're doing schoolwork and all that type of stuff. I don't want to mess with you during the week. I can link to it, Strat Review Archives on their website. Really? Oh, man, archives. So if it's stratomatic.com, go ahead and just throw the website up there if you want to, PJ. That is awesome. That is awesome. September 12th. Is that Sunday? 12th is a Sunday. Mm. 11th is Saturday. Mike could go Saturday. I'm trying to find it, says PJ. Mike could go Saturday evening. Wouldn't be as hot. 12th's going to be middle of the day. We need to find out how the weather's going to be, too. Shouldn't be a problem. We ride back over your way a lot, Sean. You wouldn't believe. Some of us ride that way more than others. Yeah, we're over your way a lot. Yeah. Saturday's fine. Yeah, maybe we'll do that then. September 13th is my birthday. I'll be 55, says John. All right, John. Happy birthday. I'll be 55 my next time around. Here it is. All right, guys. Definitely check it out right there. If you're not going to watch it live, if you're not watching live, go to our chat right now. Find out where PJ just popped up on there. Stratomatic. The first day it went on sale, he picked up Strat Hockey. It's a picture of him in the review. Picture of him on the second page. How about that? I'm leaning towards Dallas to win against Tampa Bay, says Keith. John, we don't make comments like that.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Sean said. All right, so Keith, you want to do an NFL preview this evening or this sometime today? It's all up to you, my friend. If you want to do a preview, we will. I can have Keith on. Sean should be on. Sean should hook up his all he'd have to do is hook up his cam. Have Sean on live. He always likes to do his picks anyway. I did not get a chance to watch Alabama play, but I heard they played pretty flawless against Miami. Miami's quarterback, Derek. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it a little while. Yeah, we'll watch a little bit of the women's golf maybe. Watch it finish up. Which guy in the pick are you, PJ? So John Wise is looking at it right now. How about that, Sean? Yeah, Derek King, is that his name? Probably no longer a Heisman hopeful, just like Sam Howell. They both got whipped around pretty bad. Sean wants to come on live. He can. Sean, all we're going to be doing is making football picks.
Yeah.
I have to run out and get my cat some food in a little while. Yeah, I ain't talking about in the next hour. Maybe 3, 4 o'clock my time. Maybe 2, 3 o'clock your time. We'll watch some of that golf and see it. Watch it get over with and then do it. If you want to. PJ's on the right, John. How about that, Sean? You like to make all the picks with us? Hop on. Won't be on 30 minutes. Me, Keith, and Sean. How about that? Let's do it, Sean. I'll actually send you a thing where you can come on. StreamYard won't even take. Yeah. PJ is a lady with the massive jugs. Ah, my goodness, Sean. How about that, Sean? A little later, me, you, and Keith will be online talking about football. You can talk about your Cowboys. You can brag about them. How they gonna win 13, 14 games this year? I don't know where my camera is. Sean just looking for excuses. He's had that camera. Yeah. He's had that camera for 5 on a day. All you gotta do is plug it in and come on. No need. Hey, me and Keith come on here. Put yourself right in there with us. How about that? I think that'd be cool. Find it. I'm serious too. Go find it. By the time, and then email me. Let me know you want to come on. And then if anybody else wants to come on and talk about football with us, we'll have 4 people. All we'll do is we'll talk about how they're going to finish this year, and then we'll pick week 1 games. All right, John. Have a good one, man. Heading to a barbecue. Keith says Sean is camera shy. We would only see his dog. No, I'm serious. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have you on the show, Keith. I mean, Sean. Was swimming in a pond in Palmyra yesterday. Oh, okay. Be careful. Watch out for the snakes this time of year, man. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. So, yeah, Sean, you find your camera, email me back. All I gotta do is send you an email when I go online. You don't even have to go to YouTube. All you have to do is go to your email and then hit the invitation. You right there with me. It pops you right in there with me. That's all right. You can argue with Keith and me both. Keith is not very argumentative. I don't think you'd argue too much with Keith. We would give our opinions and you'd give yours. You can tell us why the Cowboys are going to win 15 games if you think they are. And that's the thing. You want to get them right this early in the year. You want to pick them, and I'll have the paper out, and I'll write down game hasn't shaved in a lifetime. I have the Rob look start. It says Keith. Sean hasn't shaved in a lifetime. How are your parents? My parents are doing pretty good. Pretty good. They went with me to Charlottesville over the weekend. They went with us, and we went. Sean said I shaved my toes. So I tell you what, anybody wishing to be on, I got room for 2 other spots. Me and Keith's already on. If you want to be on here, email me, text me, whatever you want to, and we will pick week 1. It does not mean you have to be on the rest of the season. You can come on one time if you want to. Pick your games for the week and also tell us how you think the teams will finish at the end of the year. Okay? We'll talk to you a little bit later. My email's out there. You guys got it. And if you can text me, that's fine too. But either way, get in contact with me. Sean, find your camera. Get back in touch with me, you and Keith at least, and we'll find somebody else to go with us too. Have a good one, guys. God bless. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Well, we're in trouble.